I look like a hot mess right now. Good morning, guys. So I just rolled out of bed and was like, I should probably film my 8-week pregnancy update. You can always tell how I'm feeling update to update by like my appearance. So leave it to me to get pregnant during a very scary pandemic. Where we live in the tri-state area. So New York has 113,704 cases of the coronavirus. And we're in like the tri-state area, so we're in like that southern part, and it's super scary. Everyone wears masks around here. They have been for a while, even though that was just recommended for people to start doing. But anyway, this video is not about that, but it does have to be mentioned because it does kind of change things for this pregnancy. And I'm sure people pregnant right now would like to know how this is all affecting me as well, because you're pregnant now and it's global, so it's more or less affecting you too. The last update I did was 4 weeks ago when I was 4 weeks pregnant, and a lot has really changed since then. I was feeling really fabulous, really amazing. Nothing had really changed. Obviously I was like brand spanking new pregnant, but I want to talk to you about like my diet and just like how I feel and just like the puffiness and just like all the blah that I've been experiencing, as you can probably tell by my face right now. So at 5 weeks pregnant, I started to get like little bouts of nausea, and I had actually gotten that like very early. I talked about it in my last update, but it started to get like gradually worse. And by the end of 5 weeks, I was like super sick, like extremely sick. I was throwing up every day.
How was your morning?
It was good. I'm just like so nauseous. Like I feel so nauseous.
It's all new territory.
I did not get nauseous with Cooper or with Willa. Like Willa, I think I had like maybe 1 or 2 days where I like had like a little bit of like an uneasy feeling, like a little like nausea. But I feel like I'm actually gonna throw up if I like move too quickly. I was so nauseous, like not even just like a little bit. It felt like I was like had that like water mouth, like I was going to throw up at any second, and it was just all day long. And the simple fact that I had been throwing up meant that I could literally throw up at any second, so it was just like very uncomfortable to do anything and to go anywhere and to like be around any people. I mean, silver lining is we're in a pandemic and I'm not really around people at all, and I don't really leave my house at all. But that also almost heightened it because I couldn't take my mind off of it really. I was just like at home all day long. I don't know, I've just been like really nervous about actually leaving our home. So we have been going to like trails and going for walks, but outside our door is like beautiful Main Street, like beautiful, the main street of our town. Gorgeous, like Victorian homes, beautiful trees. So people come here to go for their walks. So we're just constantly surrounded by people, constantly trying to like, you know, stay 6 feet away and like walk on paths. It's just not, it's not worth it. Sorry about that tangent about walks, but yeah, so we just have been limiting our amount of time we've been outside. I was really tired as well during this time at 5 weeks. Normal pregnancy fatigue, I was used to that, I was expecting that. I did get angry over a muffin one day, like really angry. Granted, a woman pushed me. This was like right in the beginning of all the like craziness. She didn't like straight up like push me, but she like nudged me out of the way to walk in the door first, and then she stood in front of me, and I was just like, whatever, like whatever. And she then ordered the last of the muffins that I wanted, and you don't understand, this is like a really good muffin. It's a pistachio muffin and it's delicious. They make amazing pistachio muffins. I don't even like pistachios that much, and it's like such a delicious muffin. And she took the last one, and I was like, you know what, like I'm so fed up of like people who are just like disrespectful and nasty, just like always winning. It always feels like they win, and then in reality they don't. But like it feels like that at the time. But I was like really mad. Like I was like really angry. Oh guys, a really weird something that I've been having this whole pregnancy, which I never had with Cooper or Willa, and please comment down below and let me know if you've ever experienced this during pregnancy, It's either this or I'm just turning into my best friend because she has like noise sensitivity as well. I really think that like as I hang out with her more and more and more and we become closer and closer and closer, which I haven't seen her in like weeks and that makes me sad. But I have noise sensitivity to the point where sometimes the TV will really hurt my ears. Like I'll get these like weird waves of noise that like really hurt my ears, like a vibration. It's really strange. And that's something that I've experienced this whole pregnancy, and I didn't experience that ever before. I've always been fine with hearing. I also had really achy boobs, especially on the sides right here. I had a firm belly, like really firm all the way at the bottom. I also had cramping, but I had cramping one night where it was so bad I thought that I was actually miscarrying. It was really bad. I was like really cramping, and it got me super scared. So I laid in bed that whole afternoon. Thankfully Dan was home and he allowed me to do so. And yeah, I was just able to lay down and just rest my body. But my body, I was like super duper like actual like period crampy feeling. Super scary. All right, 6 weeks was brutal for me. 5 weeks into 6 weeks, man, oh man, that is where you started losing me. I could not film anything. I could not speak to anyone. I just could not function as a human being. I was in bed most of the time. It wasn't even like no, I had to get up and I had to be there for my kids. Like I could not function as a human being. I was so unbelievably nauseous, throwing up so bad. It was so bad. I don't know how you guys deal with that for like 2 months. I don't know how you deal with it. I was super sick. I was super tired. It was so bad to the point where we decided that I would call my midwife's office and I would try to get an appointment for sooner. So I was supposed to go for my appointment on March 30th. I ended up going for my appointment on March 24th. So I went to my appointment on March 24th, and it was a really strange appointment, and let me explain why. There's actually a whole segment of the appointment that I never explained in the vlog, but I'm going to explain it here because I can sit down and actually like share with you my thoughts about it. And I didn't want anyone to assume that I was using any type of clickbait or like clicky, I don't know. You'll see why. So one of my concerns during this pregnancy and during a pandemic was that if I ended up getting COVID-19, I would not technically have a doctor for my baby and my pregnancy because I was yet to be an established patient at this practice. As you know, we have moved in the past year and I am no longer in a location that makes sense for me to drive the hour and a half down to my old midwife practice. There is one 20 minutes away from here that's a birthing center, and it is beautiful and amazing according to people, and I should give it a try. I also didn't like the fact that people were stopping taking new patients, and they also were like canceling appointments and doing like over the phone appointments. And if you cannot have your first appointment be over the phone if you are not an established patient. Thanks. Wow, that's nice looking. Thank you, babe.
Love you.
Love you. Dan made me a bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh my god, that's so good. One of the positive things that have come out of everything that's going on right now, and the fact that we can't really get like a lot of takeout and stuff, is we've really stepped up our game of cooking. No, my battery's gonna die. No, I just want to eat my sandwich. I don't want to get up. Alrighty folks, we are now back in business. We have gained a fully charged battery and a coffee. And we have lost a sandwich and a drained battery. Okay, alright, so like I was saying, being an established patient at this practice was very important to me. And I was having like these sharp pains in my side that were causing me to think that I might be having an ectopic pregnancy, along with the fact that I was dealing with such horrible nausea that it was really just affecting my day-to-day life, and it was making it really miserable for me. that I called and I asked them if they could schedule my appointment for sooner, and luckily they were able to get me in the next day. So at that point I was 6 weeks and 5 days pregnant. So I show up for the appointment 15 minutes early. I was not allowed to bring anybody with me. When I showed up, they took my temperature through the window to make sure that I didn't have any fever. They then gave me paperwork and I sat down in the office to fill it out. They brought me into the room and they just kept telling me over and over again, they had even said this on the phone, that at 6 weeks, 5 days, they have a portable ultrasound machine that is not of great quality. It's really not meant to be used this early in a pregnancy, and they might not see anything, and they don't want to discourage me or get me nervous or worried. I told them that I understand that, and that's fine. I like to give people a few chances before I make my mind up about them, but if I wasn't that type of person, I probably wouldn't have meshed with this doctor or this midwife. Luckily, there's a lot of midwives at this practice, and chances of me seeing her are really slim to none. Another issue that we had was she was very, very hesitant with the machine, with the ultrasound machine. So she said that she came from another practice in August and out of state. I have a feeling that that practice did not do in-office ultrasounds, and I really don't like the idea of someone who's not an ultrasound technician doing an ultrasound, because this is what happens, and it happened to me. So she was very hesitant with the machine. It seemed like she only knew how to do like very specific things. So it's a transvaginal ultrasound. She takes that like proby thing, puts it up my hoo-ha, and we start the ultrasound, and she is like, okay, I see the baby right here. Okay, I see the baby here. And then she's going like back and forth, like moving it slowly and like looking, and it's like panning. And she's like, I think I see 2 babies. So that happened. So she wasn't sure. I left the appointment having no idea. She was under the impression that there might be 2. I don't know how hard it is or how easy it is to confuse that. But she also went and tried to measure one of the babies, and not only overshot the entire baby, but she measured the yolk sac as well as the actual like fetal pole as like baby. So the measurement was 7 weeks and 3 days instead of being 6 weeks 5 days, and she only did it once. I don't know about you, but like any ultrasound technician I've had, they've measured, they've been like, okay, let me get like a new photo, like a new view, let me measure again, and they make sure that it's around the same amount. Like she was so uncomfortable with the machine that I really got gypped my first ultrasound, because I didn't really learn anything other than it's not an ectopic pregnancy and I have a baby in my uterus. She was also so quick to end the ultrasound that she did not see a heartbeat, or she said she did see a heartbeat. She was like, see, that could possibly be the heartbeat. And we obviously didn't hear it at all. So I really left just confused and frustrated. I was trying to hold my composure in the footage of afterwards when I got out of the ultrasound. I didn't want to like put anyone on blast while my feelings and emotions were still like just going. But it just was a really bad experience. It was a really bad first impression with this office. I'm going to give them another try. I am going to be with a different midwife this time. And I'm really hoping that they said that they would do an ultrasound. I'm also going to be doing the genetic testing at my next appointment. That's in 2 weeks now. So that was my experience at my ultrasound. Am I having twins? I don't know. I could be. Am I having healthy twins? I don't know. Am I having a healthy single baby that has a heartbeat? I don't know. I have no idea. I still don't know if the baby even has a heartbeat. I'm going to be absolutely devastated if I go in at 10.5 weeks, almost out of the first trimester, and they tell me that the baby stopped growing. For my nausea, she did give me a prescription for diclegis, I believe is how you pronounce it. A lot of people will actually take a specific Unisom and vitamin B6, and they will take that together, and it works the same way as the diclegis does, because apparently this medication is super, super expensive depending on your insurance. So I think it's like $200 for like a 30-day supply. So I have been taking it and I have felt so much better, so much better. Still really tired, still blah. I've been trying to eat as healthy as I can. I've been trying to eat a more ketogenic based diet, but it's just tricky when you're pregnant, and then on top of that you're in such a weird, unique circumstance. So I have just been getting, and also I can't do CrossFit anymore. I've been trying to do it outside and do CrossFit, but I can't. I also can't go on runs because to go outside I have to wear a mask and it's too hard for me to breathe out of the mask. On top of that, running is just not going to happen. So 7 weeks rolled around, I was feeling so much better, thankfully. I do get really bad round ligament pain every once in a while. Other than that though, I've been feeling okay. My stomach is definitely getting bigger, but I don't know if it's just me with weight gain and being bloated or if it's actually like baby. I have a home Doppler. I've been trying to listen for the baby's heartbeat every once in a while. I did find Willow's around 9 weeks, so I'm hoping that I can start to pick that up and then I can have some reassurance from the last ultrasound that I had. This update is already extremely long, so I'm going to end it here, but I need to show you guys my bump first. So we're going to do that, but thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stick around for the 12-week update. Hopefully there is one. Hopefully this baby is healthy and everything is okay, and you never know, I might come back here and be like, well gosh darn it, there's 2. I hope you enjoyed this update and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road. We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.